Hey guys, welcome back to MMA Library. Today in MMA and UFC news, Alexander Volkanovski claims the rematch with Islam Makhachev needs to happen. During a recent interview, Volkanovski had this to say.
Oh man, to be honest, it wasn't really like that. Like, to be honest, it was, we even had more of an option. They even asked, like, what do we want to do? But I mean, I wanted to fight as soon as possible. So that was what it was. And I wasn't lying when I said I wanted to stay busy, you know what I mean? So it was, that was the honest truth. And that was the case. They even asked, they're like, look, if you want the rematch, we don't know, that's not going to be till the end of the year. I go, I ain't waiting until the end of the year. It's a tricky one because you do have a Dariush there, but I mean that rematch needs to happen. We need to make that happen. So I guess it's a tricky one. We're just got to see how things go. Me, I want to be active, so that's just the main thing for me. You know what I mean? Like I'm not the one to just wait around. Like I know I could eventually get it, but what am I going to do? Wait till that's just not me. So I'll get my fights and do what I got to do. But I mean that rematch definitely needs to happen.
Luke Rockhold has posted new training footage to his social media in the lead up to his fight against Mike Perry at BKFC 41. Here's the clip.
Come on, Jay. Come on, Bucky Jay.
So it looks like Max Holloway already has his eyes set on a new opponent following his victory over Arnold Allen this past weekend. Max called out the Korean Zombie during the post-fight press conference.
Max, the Korean Zombie has mentioned a couple times that he would like to fight you.
Brother. Korean Zombie, that's the only guys from that is the only guy in my time with the older guys that didn't get the fight. I would love that fight. There's a fight in my agent's freaking country, Australia, coming up. And where is it? Australia's supposed to be happening sometime. Australia's supposed to be happening sometime. We don't know when. And if Korean Zombie wants it, he can get it.
Chael Sonnen gives his take on who Israel Adesanya fights next. Here's what Chael had to say.
Dana revealed for us that Izzy Adesanya is lighting up the UFC, right? Calling Hunter, calling Dana, wants to fight again. And Dana said, we're going to give it to him. We're going to give it to him. He's going to fight. And Dana said something summer, in summer, late summer, midsummer, something summer. You guys understand that? And you do run into a question, well, who's he going to fight? I think it's clearly Duplessis. I think the only thing stopping us from making that announcement, and by us, I mean from the UFC making that announcement, is just getting the date. I can't see a scenario where it wouldn't be Duplessis. There hasn't been a fight that Adesanya's had where he hasn't picked his next opponent. He lets us know. Well, he did that here too, and he said it's going to be Duplessis.
Beneil Dariush sheds light on why he won't be the one to face off against Islam Makhachev in Abu Dhabi this October. Here's the clip.
And I basically said, why don't I just fight Makhachev in, let's say, July or August, or even earlier if he's available, right? And they said, no, he has to be on the October card, which was like, okay, fine. And I brought that up, and I kind of kept digging on that as why I'm basically not the number one contender. And they pretty much said Dustin Poirier is the number one contender. He's ranked ahead of you, and that was when the thing that came to my mind was what Justin Gaethje said about, if Dariush doesn't get the title shot, we riot. So I was considering flipping the table and just walking out at that moment. So that's when I got heated, when they said this guy is the number one contender.
Beneil goes on to explain why he believes the UFC have not offered him a title fight.
They want me to fight Charles. And, when I put myself in their shoes, the only thing that kind of makes sense to me is maybe the UFC is trying to build me, right? I'm not I'm not a big brand yet. Like, no, but I don't push myself real hard on social media. I don't really push myself in general, except for fighting, right? So maybe, you know, they want me to fight this guy, Charles Oliveira, to build me more. So I thought of it like that, and I was like, whatever. Well, if it's Charles, it's Charles. At the end of the day, everybody's just a name to me anyways.
Robert Whittaker hits back at fans who claims he would have rather fought Alex Pereira for the middleweight belt opposed to Israel Adesanya.
Okay, for one, my reactions to just about every knockout or fight with Izzy in it, because I'm so hyper focused, it's pretty much the same. It's almost the same. I think in the last Izzy knockout, I stood up because there was more room. I've since changed the location of the computer. Okay, so my reactions are always the same. Don't look into it too much, everybody. But also, honestly, my key feeling for that fight when Izzy won was happy. I was happy, man, because I didn't realize it until it almost didn't happen, that I want to fight Israel. I want to fight, and I want to take that belt back from Israel, not Pereira. Everyone was saying Pereira's a better fight for Rob. Can't wait to see Rob fight Pereira. Pereira beats Izzy, Rob beats Pereira. Like, let's get this going. And, you know, fresh blood. Like, when people are asking me who would I rather fight, I don't care. It was always just for the belt. But now, after seeing that, it was almost a thing. I could have been fighting Pereira next instead of Adesanya. I realized that, no, I want to fight Adesanya. I want to get the belt back from Adesanya.
Luke Rockhold gives his take on Mike Perry during a recent interview on Submission Radio.
I think this is more favorable to him, his style, I guess. It worked for him, but it's about to come to an end. I just don't see his style. I think he's hungry. He's a dog, and he comes forward and he can take big shots and he can deliver. And he's a ruthless little. I love it. He's coming to fight. I already knew that, but I think Mike is he thinks one thing, he's gonna find out another. I think he's thinking in the past, not the present.
Rockhold also goes on to say he was inspired by Izzy's recent performance at UFC 287.
Yeah, no doubt. Definitely. Izzy's been, I'm sure I inspired Izzy as he was younger, and he's inspiring me now. He draw inspiration through everybody. He was a gangster.
There's a lot of speculation behind the replacement for UFC 288's co-main event, following the news that Charles Oliveira would no longer be able to fight Beneil Dariush. Recently, news broke that a fight between Belal Muhammad and Gilbert Burns may be in the works as the new co-main. Gilbert Burns recently tweeted, "Still waiting, #UFC 288. Co-main, where are the welterweight top 5? I will fight anyone." To this, Belal replied, "I too will fight anyone." Belal Muhammad then posted the following clip. Burns also went on to say he believes a fight with Dustin Poirier would be amazing. "All due respect, Dustin Poirier, I know you were a dog. May 6th, I'm supposed to fight Belal for the #1 contender. I just think me and you will be an amazing fight. Nothing but respect." To this, Poirier replied, "Respect, Gilbert. I can make 170, no problem. I'm not really in fight shape, but money talks." What do you guys think about Gilbert's recent tweets? Would you like to see him face off against Belal Muhammad at UFC 288? Or would you rather see Dustin Poirier move up and fight Burns at 170? Let us know in the comment section. Guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. If you like the content we do here on this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to MMA Library for all the latest MMA and UFC news. We'll see you in the next video.